Well, it is Tuesday.
Hey,
One of us is not quite the same, I
just
think.
call me Bob.
I like your squirrel ferret hybrid over there.
Well, you got to do what you got to do with the furry friends you got.
Well, man, oh man, you're taking your punishment well. You know the funny thing with this though is that when when we thought about whoever lost last week would have to wear the costume, we didn't realize that we'd be outside in 105 degrees.
Yeah, not
so
cool.
which we'll get to in a minute, but yeah, which reminds me, I guess we ought to get started. So as you might have noticed, Jacqui looks a little different this week. Her beard's probably a little shorter than usual.
just a little bit. Just a little bit. I forgot to shave today.
So, do you want to remind everybody why you're dressed the way you are?
So, and this is going to be weird because this get up, not only does it make it hard to drink my wine, but it's just closing in on, I don't know how you people with beards do it. I can't. Anyway, it is June, which is Art Challenge Month, and every week we do an art challenge. Last week, if you guys tuned in, it was the wine challenge, and John did this really great painting out of wine of mountains and trees, and I did an even better painting of an underwater scene with scuba divers, but he won in the votes. So the deal was whoever lost or didn't get as many votes had to take the punishment, which was a Bob Ross costume for the next challenge and for the show. So this is where I'm at in life now.
Yeah. So whenever we did this, the next challenge wasn't filmed here in the studio. It was actually we went to Andy Series' house in Samantha Series, and Andy has a full potter's wheel kiln, everything in his garage. An incredible artist, just amazing, just the stuff he does. But at his home though, he just has like this whole complete get up as well, and so we went over there, and in the challenge was for Andy to do a pot, and then we were going to try to match it. But whoever lost that last week's challenge had to go as Bob Ross. So we go across, so we go over to Andy's, and Jacqui's all dressed up like Bob Ross, and of course we weren't really thinking about the heat wave, and it was like 105 outside, in the shade, and Jacqui's, what a trooper you are, but you were there,
and luckily Andy, because Andy has all the he loves living in Texas, so he has all like the evaporative coolers and all this stuff, and so he had the garage slightly open, and then had a cooler kind of venting out the hot air and all that, so it was manageable. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't. Of course, it was just blowing on whoever was on the wheel, and I wasn't bad for me. I felt pretty good, but I was in shorts and a t-shirt, with the
Lucky
fan
you.
going, so it wasn't
Meanwhile,
bad. But
Bob Ross wore jeans and a heavy sort of collared shirt and didn't seem to mind the heat.
Yeah, and you also had your squirrel strapped to you, so that
I did. I had my squirrel strapped to me.
So. But I want to get to that because that's a challenge. It was a lot of fun, and actually we filmed it while we were there, so we thought that we would show that now. And we also have some trivia to play, and I want to show you the painting that I'm working on, and so we got lots to do, lots to chat about.
Well, let me say really fast. Sheila joined us as nice look Jacqui. Thank you. And before we start the video, because I got to pick hair out of my mouth, do you want to show what is on the easel, and maybe more people slowly gather with us?
Yeah. So this is what I'm working on. I'm working on 3 paintings for New York. So this painting isn't done. Usually people just show paintings that are perfect and are done. You guys know I almost never do that. I'm always working on stuff. So last week I was working on a taxi, which actually is behind me. This probably looks really small because it's pretty far behind me.
Yeah.
But it's back there if you can kind of make it out. And it needs like 1 or 2 more going over, before it's done. I was also doing one of the Brooklyn Bridge, which is down lower, and you probably can't see it. And it's about the same state as a taxi, but it's really coming along. I'm really happy with it. And this one's going to be it's a subway. You can see it's a New York subway. The reason all this is going to be at a show that we're actually doing in Central Park for Disability Pride and all. So they invited us down to do like a little talk and do some art and stuff during the disability, support disability awareness and stuff in New York.
The plaid pants are my favorite part.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. That's different. And so he's this gentleman. He's walking. He's got a blues guitar and it's got like the resonator on it. Like I love those blues guitars with the metal bits and pieces. That are just seems so cool.
Well, Fred's joined us. Says hi, friends.
Well, hey.
Barbara's with us. Says hey, looking good to me. Thank you. I could always sport a beard. Gina's with us. Says hey, LOL. Hey, Bob. What's up? And Valerie's with us and says hi, awesome, love it so far.
Well, thank you. It just occurred to me too. We have that forest backdrop behind you, don't we? And you have the squirrel. like we're doing
happy little trees.
I'm a lumberjack, and that's okay. Yeah, I like to play in the forest.
So what's so difficult, honestly, about this is like, and I assume it's different because you guys have like real hair. It's not wiry, and no, that's not a bad idea. But so they make back in the day antique cups that had like a mustache blocker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bought one for a friend, for Nancy's husband Bill once, and because he has a mustache. Mm-hmm. And dude, those need to come back. Need to come back. I don't know how you guys.
I don't do that. Like I don't know if you notice, like my mustache and weirdy beard only gets so long because it gets to a point where it starts to touch things. And I can't, it's like, nope.
Isn't it like, aren't you like constantly like trying to get stuff out of it?
No, because I keep it trimmed to where it doesn't.
I guess I need to trim Bob, man.
Yeah, I know. I always, because once it gets like to that, I'm like, no, and I can't take it. And I'm not a manly man enough.
I'm worried I'm going to get hair in my wine.
I try it too. I try it. Like, I do have something.
I mean, by the end of this, like there was Bob hair all in my pot too. You'll see on the film. It's like, maybe, I think, if I left it in. But I was pulling like hairs off my pot because it's just clay was everywhere. The beard still smells like clay because I kept having to move it. So like by the end of it, I looked like I had aged in the beard by like 10 years.
That's funny.
So Nancy's with us, says, hey there, Bob. Hey. Nance. And Randy's with us and says, what up? What up?
Oh, you know what? Before we played the video, hey, Randy. Sorry, I hit my knee on this. Oh, good. I didn't move the camera. Before we play the video, because next week, whoever fails this time, or whoever's not the winner, I should say, maybe not fails, but whoever's not the winner, is going to have consequences.
Man, I have to say, mm-hmm. I'm telling you, and I'll just be honest. Mm-hmm. If you win the pottery challenge, mm-hmm. This is rigged. This is rigged because we're talking to your fan base,
because you think rigged. Your pot was all that, huh?
My pot at least held water.
You put water in your pot?
No, but but it would if it dried and was fired. My pot would have held water. Would yours?
I mean, you can immerse it in water. I don't know. It didn't have holes in the bottom.
Okay. It put what?
I don't know.
I don't think you remember.
I don't remember. It was all a blur. It was the mud was flying and the wind whipping off the potter's wheels, whipping my hair around. And it was all a blur.
It was fun though.
But we do need to figure out the consequences though before we watch it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna eat. You're gonna eat a hot burger.
Well, maybe.
Are you scared now?
I was scared before. Now I'm terrified.
Now I'm terrified.
I'm not the
All
best.
right. Well, I say roll the tape. We can let the crowd decide, and then we'll post it on social. Let an even bigger crowd decide, and then next week you'll be eating a hot burger.
Well, yeah.
Without the bun.
Yeah, we could vote. What the punishment is too. I guess like we could throw that up. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I just say eat the burger because next week we're gonna do a wacky challenge where you have to talk through it a bit. And that'll be hilarious if your mouth's on fire.
What's the challenge we're doing next week? I forget.
You have to describe something to each other, and they draw it.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Okay, so roll the tape.
Okay, guys. So we're gonna play the video. Video's gonna take up the screen. We're still gonna be here. We're not going anywhere.
And I can chat.
What?
And I can chat, like in the chat room.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I gotta figure out how to play. I have it in my ear, and I'm trying to figure out. Okay, y'all ready? It's movie time.
Woohoo! All right.
Hey, Bob.
What?
All right.
Hello, Bob.
Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready. I do think it's a bit of a crime that you won the last art challenge, and I'm gonna have to fix my beard constantly. But this is where we are in life.
Just wait till you get to the 105-degree heat. Who's your friend here?
No, well, it's actually a ferret. Well, it's supposed to be a squirrel.
Happy little squirrel.
It's a happy little squirrel, but because I don't own a stuffed squirrel, it's a stuffed ferret, because of course I own a stuffed ferret.
Metagoras. Nice. Well, loser.
Whatever. Okay, so next challenge. We are about to throw some pottery. I'm going to be in complete Bob Ross garb. It's going to be crazy. We're going to do it with my brother Andy. We are going to show you guys some crazy stuff. He does amazing work in his studio, and we'll probably get covered in clay. It's going to be awesome. Stay tuned.
All right, first thing we want to do is wet the wheel a little bit. That just allows the clay to stick to the wheel a little bit better. That's why it's called throwing. That's the only reason it's called throwing.
So Andy was nice enough to give us a pretty in-depth tutorial on how to wedge, center, and lift a pot. As you can see here, he is really skilled in it, and this normally takes years to really master, let alone only getting 2 tries per our challenge requirements. But the idea is to create the pot you see on his wheel now. Alright guys, so it's the moment of truth. I lost the bet, and now we are now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. I'm gonna try to do what Andy just did and throw a pot. I'm pretty sure I can like master this. Like, I mean, if he can do it, I can do anything.
One and done.
Huh. There was no mastering this. I will say that even on my very first try, my ball completely fell off the wheel just when I was trying to center it. So I did end up using my 2 tries, and no amount of happy trees or calming Bob Rossisms could get me through this process. But Andy did jump in periodically, he did help me, and I did use my 2 tries, but I'd say in the end, I think my pot turned out pretty good. Technically, it had its wide base and it had a little bit of the lip, and I'm pretty sure it'd hold water if we fired it.
And then just drag it right back to you. Drag it, drag it, drag it, drag it, drag it. Perfect.
Oh, you're so good.
All right, now get that out of the way.
Okay.
Stop the wheel. Now, John, right behind you, there's a mat. There you go.
All right, I'm gonna put this on there, and then I'm
Yep.
gonna talk to.
Put that- yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Pick it up. Put it right on there. Perfect. It'll flatten back out. There you go.
We'll see how John's
What?
works
Hold
out.
on, you're supposed to be my teacher
So
too.
now it's
That's why I'm saying we got you.
Now it's on
Okay.
John.
This is a millennial old art form.
Slap it.
Man. Oh, no.
Is that in the middle?
Nope.
There you go.
Nope. Nope.
No, yeah, okay.
Nope.
Oh my
No,
god,
no, you
that's
want-
good.
Perfect. Now,
Okay.
no, don't do anything. Now give it about another 3 slaps really hard. Like yeah, there's like your sister and you're pissed at her.
What?
There.
So here's John's attempt, and I will say that it did seem like it might have been a bit more difficult for him, because when Andy gave the tutorial, John couldn't see how Andy held his hands to manipulate the curve of the pot, and that is pretty much everything. If you don't do it right, it will go wonky very quickly. So Andy did jump in and try to help him quite a bit through this, and John did use his couple tries, but I really think he just enjoyed getting messy and learning the process. So here at this point, he was really trying to get the shape of the pot together, like making the base really wide and then creating the lip. But I think because it got a little thin, it went south, and since he had used his 2 tries, this is kind of where it ended for him. But honestly, I think it was more about getting messy and just giving it a try.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, there's your bottom.
Well, I did not do a good job of cutting that off at all, did I?
You just hacked it off like
No,
not even
you
thinking
like
about
that.
it.
I thought it was on the bottom.
All right, let me get a video of it, people.
Put it on a thing.
It felt like it was on the bottom. I can't believe it's so much further away.
All right, so
Are you going to do a blind vote or they know who made each pot?
it's sort of a blind vote. It's a little bit of both. All right, that's it's abstract. All right, so this was our this was our art challenge. We came over to my brother's, Andy, and he gave us a quick tutorial on how to throw a pot and tried to throw it. I will say that it was slightly harder than it really was.
It was a smashing success.
Well, and I will say that your instruction was fantastic. I mean, there's a reason why you're a teacher, and it's brilliant.
True. That's
Meanwhile, you should not judge that on the look of our pots.
Also true.
Yeah. So I just want to say big thanks for hosting us. They had to full on clear out some of the garage to open the space because they have a million things going on. But I did want to show you guys really fast. The pots that we threw, or the one he threw as an example, are elementary style. But the ones that he throws are crazy. I mean, they're beautiful, huge. I mean, you put decorative elements in them like dragon tails and all sorts of wild things. It's just wicked cool. So I'm going to show you guys just what he's got on the shelf right now that's in mid-production, and it's not even close to the finished deal because he'll put cuts and decorative stuff into it. But yeah, so I mean, this is pretty awesome. I mean, I'm the talented sibling, but he has his things. It's cool. Let me show you some of his stuff. Get off my squirrel! Huge thanks to Andy and Sam for hosting us, and to Andy for giving us a really in-depth tutorial on how to throw a pot. I will say this was a difficult challenge, but really fun, and we got to get dirty in the process. Here's our pots, and well, they don't live up to Andy's. This is a pot we have in our house that he did. His work is amazing. Cool. So
I think if you watch that closely, you'll see there's a moment where Andy's reaching around me, and we're in a real ghost moment. I was a spitting image of a young Demi Moore there. I swear.
I know if we had any sort of rights to any part of the song, Unchained Melody would have played that entire thing.
I had fun though. While you were doing that, I had the most fun. Part of it is I would have my phone while you were doing your thing, and I was just shooting random pictures and video. But bless Jacqi's heart though, because whenever I take photos and video, it's never necessarily the best. So she went through all the footage today of the GoPro and her phone and my phone and all that today.
Oh, you're sweet. You capture some. Well, and I should say when we finished everything, we had an hour and 20 minutes plus of footage. That's why I sped through a bunch of stuff and tried to condense it down to literally under 10 minutes. So there was a lot of footage, and there was a lot of wacky moments. There was a lot of collapsed pots. But in the end, it was a lot of fun. It was, and, Andy was awesome to show us.
Yeah, Andy and Sam, they were so nice to invite us over. And Andy, I mean, the thing that he had us do for him, it was something he could do in his sleep. It's funny because it was just sort of all right, we're gonna do something really basic, and then we're in step 20 of this really basic thing is this. And I thought, whoa.
Well, and what was funny is that we got there and he literally started with wedging, and so it was 15 minutes of filming him wedge, and then it was 15 minutes of him centering it, and then so he fully gave us a lesson, only to then recenter our pots twice. It was it takes and he was telling us it when because that's his profession. That's what he went to in college for, and they'd throw and just center and then toss it, throw and just center, and I mean it would take 80 tries. So there was a point where he was kind of jumping in and helping quite a bit, but it was definitely a blast.
And of course, so I was going for an abstract pot was the idea. It was more a look at the way society is during 2022 and
Oh,
the way
please.
that everything has gone a
and-
little awry.
All right, people. If you paid attention, there was a moment I filmed into John's pot, and you could see the bat that it sat on. So there was a good inch hole
Well,
in the bottom of your pot.
yeah, when I did that, I was feeling the bottom of the board thing that it was on. What'd you call it, bat?
Yeah, that's what that thing is that you.
And
Yeah,
I thought I was feeling it, but I think I was feeling some clay that was up on it.
Oh,
So
probably.
when I cut it off like up above because I wasn't
Sure.
actually touching the thing. I didn't realize until later. And then and Andy was like, "Oh, you're in a hole." But I will say though, you did amazing.
Thank you.
I don't think you had an unfair advantage, but you guys did know some stuff. Like you having Andy as a brother, like you know terminology. like I thought a wedge was something that happened with your underwear, and you said wrong. Like you would get a wedgie. So it was really interesting.
Did you not do any pottery in school?
No, that's what I was telling Andy
Okay.
there. Like I did pinch pot in 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I did one pinch pot, and then that was it.
That's adorable. Wow.
But so it was really interesting, and Andy's a really great teacher, but he's so advanced though that
yeah, he was like whipping it up, and here we go.
But even though he's so advanced, though, like because he taught art for years, so he's able to roll back and explain it in a way that you can really understand it, which I think is really a mark of someone. If somebody really knows their stuff, they're not going to be using these crazy terms, and they're not going to be using a description that doesn't make any sense. It sounds like something out of a scientific journal. If they really understand it, then they can describe it in terms that you get, and that's the way Andy is. And plus, he's really, really nice.
He's been teaching for almost 20 plus years. So
yeah,
I mean, when we
almost broke him, I think.
Well, what's funny about it is like I felt like a student. Like I was like, I got to be quiet. I got to listen. Which is my brother. I'm like, whatever. So let me say really fast, because while we were showing the video, we got some comments. Jordan Mahoney from the Blind World joined us, says, "Hi, John." He's tuning in.
Well,
and let me see who else. He asked who I was, and then said I had a great voice. So thank you.
This lovely bearded woman is my wife.
Yes. Well,
and her rabid squirrel.
Did you watch the video before you? Did you actually watch the video?
No.
Okay.
I haven't seen it, and I forgot that I don't have the sound of the video going out here. I've got my computer going out.
Well, heck, man, I could have just put anything I wanted in that video and been like,
well, I want to listen to it. I thought I'd listen. I thought I had a little more time to, but also I wanted to hear it when everybody else heard it.
Yeah.
But I forgot that my Bluetooth is going to this, not to that stream that's going out. So.
Well, and so because of how it's formatted, I had to do a lot. I had to do like some voiceover on it to explain everything. So, yeah.
Did you like redo my voice? You're like, yeah, this is John speaking.
Yes, I did.
Well, nice.
Well, Ron Captain's with us. Says hi, guys.
Well, hey,
thanks for
man.
tuning in. And he said it looks like a lot of fun. It was crazy. And Nancy says, Bob, you win. Thank you.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. If we're just going for artistic merit, if that's the shallow way that we're going to vote this time, whose spot looks best, but if we're also voting for who would it be more fun to eat a ghost pepper burger,
dude.
I'm just trying to go any way I can here. I don't know.
Well, if people dig deep in our YouTube channel, there is some video of us eating peppers and doing art at the same time, and you're by far the funniest.
Oh well, you wouldn't eat the hot pepper. Like you stopped.
I mean, you didn't put a bet in front of it, so. And I'm telling you, man, if I lose this one, this is rigged.
Well, that's true. We were doing a video because you always hear about how artists has to suffer for their art. So the thing was, we would eat a pepper, like, and it went up in hotness, and because we're just wondering, like, does the art actually get better? So we'd do a sketch, then we'd eat something a little bit hotter, then we'd do another sketch and a little bit hotter, and I think we proved if you're blowing your nose out of your eyes, you can't. If you can't breathe because of all the pepper.
Yeah, if you're weeping over your canvas. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that was a funny one.
But
Well,
that's-
Russell has joined us. Says, "Hey y'all."
Hey.
And Fred says, "Definitely an art to that." Yes. Randy said, "LOL." And then Fred said, "You should just play the video in slow motion. It creates the music itself."
Nice. Well, we should play some trivia.
We should. Well, Jordan said, "Hey John, how are you today?"
Well, I'm doing great. How about you?
Do tell.
I hope you're doing well.
Fred said, "My bucket got a hole in it." Speaking of your pot, I'm sure. Steve says, "I have a free-formed pottery before. I've free-formed pottery before and loved it. Have never used a wheel."
I never used a wheel either. Oh no, I did one time. The only other time that I ever touched a potter's wheel was at the Meadows Museum, and I was doing an art talk, and I was showing some stuff. I did a workshop, and then they had a clay class going. They're like, "Hey John, get in there and play around." So we just had some fun, and it turned out worse than it did yesterday. So I'm getting incrementally better, I think. But it was just a lot of fun. It was just sort of like, just give it a try.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, that was so much fun. And I'm afraid that. So here in Denton, the reason the ghost pepper burger is a thing is because I read an article where the hottest thing in the town that we live in Denton, the hottest thing in the entire town is this ghost pepper burger.
Yeah.
So now we've got to go by there and get one. And
Yeah, right before the show next week, I'll go run and grab one, and you'll eat it.
Yeah, I might have to eat it there. I don't know. I don't know if it's one of those.
Well, we
things
have to
where
do
you
the challenge here. We have to do it. We have to do the challenge while you're eating the burger.
Gosh.
You're eating the burger. Cannot stress that enough.
Oh, I know, but I mean, so I'm gonna have to do the talkie challenge while I'm doing that.
Yeah, that's part of it. You're gonna be crying.
This is
You're gonna be
suck so
blowing your
bad.
nose. It'll be hilarious.
Okay, well, I might have to call in sick.
No, there's no calling in sick. Well, Jordan says it's past 2 a.m. for me. That
Oh,
sounds
my
like
goodness,
you're far away. And he says Andy is cool. Andy is pretty cool. He's a pretty awesome brother. And I was always jealous of Andy growing up because he was instantly the better artist. Like, didn't even have to try. Like, he could draw, he could do it all. That drove me nuts. But siblings, whatever.
Yeah. And Andy and Sam, they're so much fun to hang out with. Like, and to take trips with. We've gone to the Grand Canyon with them. We
did a cruise in March. It was a blast.
Yeah. We went all over the Caribbean with them
in March.
March, yeah.
Wheels is with us. Says you guys are a trip. Looking great, Jacqi. Have a great show. Thank you.
Hey, Wheels.
Christy says hi. Jordan says
hey.
any giveaways? Yes, we're about to do trivia. Barbara said I tried the wheel in college and it beat me bad. It can be dangerous. Like, you go to center and that thing can fly off the wheel. I was a little concerned. It was like woo. And Nancy's husband Bill is with us and says hirsute to the max. I am somewhat jealous. Yes. Well,
oh man,
it's ridiculous. My mom joins us, says, "Hey guys, I mean guys. Surely that's not my daughter." LOL. You're welcome, Mom. I've made you proud. Christy says, "I've done clay a long time ago, but not on a wheel." Fred said, "Make sure you wear gloves." Yeah, that's a good point. While you're eating the hot burger.
Oh, I was thinking on the wheel. I thought, that would have been it, but
you wouldn't be able to feel the clay.
Yeah.
But you don't want to. But you want to wear gloves. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
wear
that's
the gloves
a really good idea.
Yeah. Christy's with us. Says clearly I've missed things. Hey guys, I lost an art challenge here, and this is my life now.
Yeah, but it looks like this is going to be the one to lose, though. Man, next week.
Yeah, dude, I'm not. No. Ron says, "How is the painting you are working on?" Oh, cool. And before you give a brief update on that, Gina says, "Gotta say, I think it would be pretty entertaining to see John eat the ghost pepper burger."
Oh,
LOL. Sorry, John.
Man, well,
Gina's my girl.
I guess so. Jeez.
Okay, so tell us really quickly about the painting, and then we're gonna go to trivia, and somebody will win a medium-sized print.
Yeah. So we give away a print. This is it's one of the 3 New York paintings I'm doing, and this is a subway. And it's got a gentleman. He's carrying a blues guitar on his back with a metal resonator. It's not fully painted in yet. Behind me, I've worked on the taxi cab painting more that I was working on next week, and I'll show you guys that more in the Brooklyn Bridge painting. But all these should be done by next Tuesday, so I want to show them to you guys when they're all done and good. So this one I started it yesterday, and I worked on it yesterday, and I worked on it today, and the Brooklyn Bridge as well. So just getting those ready, and then I actually have another painting that I'm about to that I've drawn out and I'm about to work on, but it's a couple in front of a Ferrari. Fancy.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. You did a really great drawing.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, so just trying to stay busy in the studio and getting things done, and we're trying to get other things done. Like we hung a show at the Funky Monk,
Bearded Monk.
the Bearded Monk here in Denton, and so it's a show. It's a show of prints. It's limited edition prints. But if anybody's in Denton, Ben up there at the Bearded Monk, he is the owner. He is the nicest guy. He is so sweet, and he does all these different things with the community. Like they're having, we're going to be up there on Friday. So it's like a pub crawl sort of thing. So we're going to go up there, and I don't know if I'm talking about my art or if we're just crawling around or what the deal is. But there's shenanigans. Oh, and there's going to be unicorns.
Yes, there's going to be miniature ponies dressed as unicorns, and I'm excited about this. Like excited. So
yeah, and these ponies, they do this a lot. It's this lady. Apparently, her mom had an exotic zoo, like animal zoo. No, not really a zoo, but it was like she cared for exotic animals. And then she retired, and her daughter took as many of the animals as she could, and in a way that she helps pay for that is she does exotic like kids parties and things so that you can bring some of the animals. So one of the things she does is she has two of the cute little miniature ponies dressed up like unicorns, and they have like dyed manes. One's like a rainbow, and I'm not sure what the other one
they're
is.
super cute.
So and they're just real sweet, and so.
Yes.
I don't know, but all I know is that on Friday I'm going to get to play with unicorns, and
And they're real.
Monk, and there will be art.
Yes.
Life is pretty good.
Yes. Well, Valerie says no calling in, John. I've missed weeks and I'm back now, so she wants to see you eat a pepper.
Oh my gosh,
and
guys! Like the only time I ever ate something that hot was that other art thing that we did, and it was an event. Oh my goodness, it was.
And John hates milk. And milk's supposed to be like what makes the heat go away. And well, this is going to be funny.
Yeah, this is gonna...
So,
I just hate the concept of milk, like where it comes from.
Well, that's a whole nother conversation. Jordan says, "Hey, John, does Jacqi have a YouTube channel? And are you subscribed to my own channel?" John and I have a YouTube channel together. Even though I'm the star.
I agree with all this.
It sounds like you would be subscribed to his channel, but please share it. We'll make sure that we subscribe. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I and I hate to say because we share this over on YouTube as well, but we really haven't put much attention into the YouTube channel. We want to do more. Like I'm never over there and stuff. I mean, like we have it post over there, but I want to go over there and put more attention and things. And every time I think that I'm going to do that or do something like that with social media, I just end up painting more. And then, but at the end of the day, it's like, oh no.
Well, Gina says, ponies, how fun. Ooh. Yes, I'm excited. Jordan says, night guys. And Fred said, I did the Tiki Chip Challenge. Wouldn't recommend it.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, good night. And do you want to give away some art?
Yes. Okay. So we're going to do some trivia, and in celebration of it being a pottery challenge, we're doing pottery trivia. Now, I know the answers because I set up the trivia. John doesn't, but having just gotten a lesson, he probably should do well.
Oh, play?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh.
So here's the deal. If you think you know the correct letter, put it into the chat. I will write down your name as we go through this and put it in a hat. Even if you don't know, guess. Who cares? And when we're done, John will pull one of the names out of the hat. You will win a free medium-sized print of your choice. I will send it out this week, and that's how we play. All right. So Steve said, John, be sure to have a bowl of ice cream and a glass of orange juice handy to down the heat. I love how people are already assuming you've lost.
Well, they've seen the video, I think, and gosh.
Yes, they have seen the video. Russell says, I know nothing about pottery. This should be interesting. This might, I took a bunch of art classes, so to me, I thought this was kind of easy, but here we go. Let me share the screen.
Boy, it sounds. Man, I know what a wedge is now. I like how you wedge clay to get the molecules going around. But
okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Some different types of pottery vessels used by the Cherokees are A, storage pots, cooking pots, effigy pots, pipes. B, teapots, coffee cups. C, food gatherers. Or D, plates and saucers.
Well, the first one had a lot of stuff in it. I mean, that sounds like that could be a good thing.
I mean, what do you think?
I don't know. Teapots. I don't remember the Cherokee. I don't remember tea being a big thing. Of course, it could have been after the British came.
Yeah.
I don't think tea was really grown here before.
Well, the crowd is faring well in the situation.
What are they saying?
Well,
I'm kind of leaning towards one. I'm just curious if
storage. The crowd is leading towards A.
Well, that's what I'm leaning towards.
Is that what you're leaning towards?
Yeah, because I almost think the only reason it wouldn't be is if it's like a trick one, where they're like, "Ha ha, they hated clay," they.
Okay. Could be. All right. Well, the correct answer is, because the responses are slowing down, it is A.
Yay!
Storage pots, cooking pots, effigy pots, and pipes.
Well, I'm glad they didn't hate clay. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, next. Okay, the clay used to make pottery came from A, the mountains, B, bottom of the lake, C, a cave, or D, riverbanks.
Oh my goodness. I feel like Sheldon on The Big Bang. It's like I was like, oh, the dirt people.
The dirt people.
Who knows where they get their dirt from? When you're talking about geologists and stuff, it's the rock people. At bottom of the lake. That was one, wasn't it? And a riverbank. A riverbank kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
All those places do contain dirt. So they're all possible. It's not like, the moon or something where the moon has dirt, but I mean, that's a little far to go. I'm going to say a river bank.
You're going to say a riverbank?
Although, I don't know why. I mean, well, because it seems like where the riverbanks go in a lake, they usually go to a point where there's at least a lake, I know. There's clay that's where the water doesn't permeate anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go riverbank. I don't know.
Okay. The correct answer, guys.
It's at the bottom.
Riverbank.
Is it? Oh, good.
Very good.
I get so invested in these. That's just.
All right.
Dude, I can't take it. I need to.
You don't like to be wrong. You were like an A student. It drives you crazy.
I was an A student.
I was not an A student. Okay. This is the first firing to harden the clay. A, glazeware. B, slip. C, bisque. Or D, bone dry.
Now, when you said bisque, you had more emphasis on it. Your emphasis was
emphasis. I mean, that's probably just how I read the answers. I don't know.
Well, see, but I do know the word bisque because I've watched. Do you guys ever watch those reality shows where they throw pots?
Oh, there was the British one that we watched neurotically.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, so if you guys ever watched that was brilliant. That was so good. And I want to say bisque is a type of pottery, but maybe maybe it's a. I mean, maybe it's a type of pottery because they only fire it once. You know, I don't think it's glazeware. I think it's either slip or bisque.
You think it's either slip or bisque?
That's what I think. It's one of those. I think.
Okay.
Bisque. Slip.
Okay, the
Give it
correct
slip.
answer
Wait,
is.
I haven't said yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with bisque.
You are correct.
Ooh,
Very good.
I'm really surprised with that.
Very good.
So far, you know what? I'm getting them all right. I think I'm giving Andy a run for his money.
You can teach his class for him. Okay, next question. Why is it necessary to knead or wedge the clay? You know this. If you listen to the instruction, you know this.
I was trying to get you in the best light I could to think video.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. A, make it soft. B, get air bubbles out. C, to trap moisture inside. Or D, easier to add slip.
All right. Now, what I remember Andy saying was something about you were getting the molecules going around. I didn't hear molecules in any of those answers.
He said molecules a lot.
That's important.
Well, I know, but it's funny because I guess when you major in pottery, that's like the teacher says molecules a lot.
Well,
That's basically what I got out of it.
I like the one that says it's easier. What was it? Easier to add for slip. What was that one?
What do you mean?
One of the answers.
Oh yeah, easier to add slip.
Yeah, I like that because that sounds like official. You know, easier to add slip. Like
Yeah.
it's not something you would just say. You know, I mean, like what does that even mean? But
You don't know what adding slip means?
well, I mean, if I threw water on the floor, I'd be adding some slip to the floor, I guess. 'Cause I don't know. Is that what it means?
No, that's not what that
Oh, I
means.
guess I don't know what it means. It's like
well,
wedging the clay, you know. I mean, to me, a wedge was something that, you know, it's like a triangle shaped something that you put in and it wedges. Like
Yeah.
you know.
okay, Are you
Well-
gonna pick? Or have you picked?
Well, it does make it soft. You would get air bubbles out. I'm gonna say it's easier to add slip. I don't know. What does
Andy,
everybody else say?
when Andy watches this at some point, he's gonna cry.
Well, is it to get the? Well, it does make it softer, though. I mean, that's why I would do it, is to make it softer.
No.
But I don't think that would be the answer.
Are you ready?
Well, is it to get the air bubbles out? Gosh,
It's to get the air bubbles out.
Is it?
Yes, congrats to like 90% of the people out there.
Oh wow! Way to go, guys! Gosh.
It is to get the air bubbles out because when you fire it, you can't trap air because then it explodes the pot. That's the point of that.
Oh, is that what that's?
That's the point of that. Okay. Andy had this like.
You seem so surprised that I don't know. I've never.
Well, that was
taken
like the
anything.
15-minute. That was the first.
I know, but he was talking to you though, and I was like,
You're
when he
being
gave you
cameraman.
that, I was messing with the stuff, so I missed that.
Okay.
Because I thought, oh, you know, he'll tell me the same thing whenever it's my turn.
Oh yeah, right.
And then it's just like, all right, go.
Well, and Fred said I heard it in the video, so.
Well, yeah.
So it was.
Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Next question. A decomposed granite type rock with plastic like consistency
Ooh.
is A, glaze, B, marble, C, balsa foam, or D, clay.
A decomposed granite like
Mm-hmm.
with plastic like consistency?
Yes, it's now science class.
Wow. Can you say the answers again?
A, glaze, B, marble, C, balsa foam, or D, clay.
Gosh, what are people saying?
Clay and balsa foam.
I was thinking clay or glaze, like. But I mean, just because, like, what do you make glaze out of? Because it's very special, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm gonna go with clay
Okay.
because I know clay is very special. Like you can't just go out and grab dirt.
You
know,
can't.
Like, and there's different kinds of clay that are better than others, and
I remember when I was little, I would go out because we lived on a pond, and I would go out to like where you could wade in the pond, and I would grab a bunch of mud, and I would shape different sculptures out of the mud and wait for them to dry, and then I'd paint them, and I'd walk the neighborhood and sell them. And I would
Wow.
make like little hamburgers and stuff like that.
That's sweet.
I know, it's adorable.
Well, I
They
used
kind of
to make
smelled weird too, but I think that was because it was like
dirty.
duck
Lake
poop
water? Yeah.
infused.
Yeah, some of that lake mud is doesn't smell the
It's
best.
pretty gross.
I used to make mud pies with my cousin Kim.
Yeah.
She was a couple years younger than me, and we never painted them though. I never thought about painting.
Well, see, that was like, you know how like some kids will go to the neighborhood and they'll like, I'll mow your lawn for $25, which a lot of us did. I did that. I would go around the neighborhood and I would try to sell little sculptures of duck poop, apparently. And I would, around Christmas, I would go and cut mistletoe out of trees, and then I'd go around the neighborhood and sell mistletoe, which is
quite the enterprising young lady.
well, I mean, and it wasn't, apparently that's not like ideal. Like you don't want to buy mistletoe out of a tree, or I don't know what the deal is with that, but my parents were like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." Okay. All right. Last question. The condition of clay when most of the moisture has left the body, but it still holds its form and is ideal to carve into. A, bone dry. B, leather hard. C, soft. D, coiling.
I'm gonna go with bone dry, although I like leather hard. that sounds like a good name for a
Leather
dwarf,
hard.
like in D&D. I'm Ivan Leather Hard.
Well, I feel like it would be like a Clint Eastwood spaghetti western. That would be my. Oh, Sam's chimed in.
Oh,
Sam's chimed in.
what'd she say?
Well, I'm not going to say what she said because she is married to
Can you
the
tell
expert.
me can you tell me the ones that she didn't say? surely that's out loud.
Nope. Okay, so
Well, I think it'd either be leather hard or bone dry.
there's like flies falling. Okay,
After your beard,
and like I can't feel. I'm dying here.
you just been
I'm gonna
eating
have a
soup
rash.
all day with your beard.
This is part of my punishment. I'm gonna have a rash on my face
no.
when this is all. I'm
Well, next weekend, if it make you feel better, I'm gonna have a rash inside my body after I eat the ghost pepper.
The rash will be felt through the house. Okay. All right. Are you ready for the answer?
Yep.
It is leather hard.
Is it leather hard? Oh, I like
Yep.
that though.
Let me
Even
make
though
sure I
got
got
it wrong.
everybody.
Well, I think I got 3 right and 2 wrong. Were there 5 of them?
There were 6.
Oh, then I got 4 right because I know I got 2 wrong. Man, that was hard.
Okay,
I liked
and
it.
Fred asked, what was the answer to the question before this? Let me look really fast. Clay. So the decomposed granite type rock with plastic-like consistency is clay, which is funny because in doing this entire quiz before oops,
Oh.
there goes an AirPod. Before it's falling out of my beard.
Yeah, AirPods falling out of your
It's
beard.
ridiculous.
If I held you upside down and shook you, there's no time I want to pull.
I
out
mean,
the
who
beard.
knows what's going on in this? Anyway, that was the only question I missed when I took the quiz was what was that? Whatever.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
You're good.
Well, I'm awesome. Okay, so why don't you tell us about your painting while I stuff all these names into a hat?
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, guys, I'm just what I've been doing while we're doing this because what I've been working on while we're doing the quiz and everything is I'm just adding more of the black to this because the black paint that I use on here I've mixed with with 2 different mediums and it gives it sort of a tacky feel. So the paint right now isn't very raised up, but the black paint gives all the lines where the black paint are. It's really, really easy to touch and feel. So I'm just adding more of that, just to give it like a fresh coat of it, and it makes it look better too. I think probably. But once this dries, what I'm probably going to do is go in with the thicker paint and add more of a textural kind of feels of the whole painting, and then I can do the last layer or 2 of paint where it'll really start adding in the tints, like the darkness and the lightness of it, and make areas where hopefully it'll really pop and stuff. So that's kind of where I am right now. I was trying to shape this. There's a subway door coming up here, so this gentleman, he's kind of walking towards it. He's got his eye on the prize. He's going towards the subway door. So I drew it once, and then I painted it out earlier, and now I redrew it. So hopefully I'm getting it closer to where it needs to be. I don't know. It's starting to feel right. I gave him plaid pants.
I think the plaid pants are the best part.
Oh boy!
I mean, I'm just imagining this guy like busking and sporting his plaid pants.
Oh, he's got it going on. That's for sure.
Is he coming from a gig, or was he busking in the? What's his backstory?
What is his backstory? See, that's the thing. He's a man on the go. He could be going from a gig to a gig.
To a gig, whatever, man.
I don't know. Seems like he's got a little pep in his step. I don't know.
What's the type of music he plays?
Blues.
Oh, is that because of the instrument? Is that like? I mean, is there any other type of music that's played on that instrument?
I mean, I guess you could play anything on it, but those kind of dobro, sort of like a guitar, wooden guitar acoustic with a resonator like that. You generally hear it with bluegrass, blues, things like that. But a lot of blues, and especially like when you use a slide with it, so you get that really cool like wow. So it's got that really really nice sound, and then so it's a wooden acoustic guitar, but it has that metal resonator that just really vibrates. And sometimes they'll put pickups and stuff on it, so they can.
Oh, that's cool.
So even though it's an acoustic guitar, they're special pickups that'll go on the resonator, so they can really get that sound out of it. It just sounds really cool.
Nice. Well, Russell said, I did better than anticipated. Way to go, Russell. Fred said, take the beard off. You suffered long enough. I feel like I have people. So itchy. Kelly's with us, says, love it. Fred loves the painting as well.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you.
And he just finished a recording today. Some music.
Nice.
You need to paint to his music. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
And Babette said maybe he's playing the subway station and is headed home. Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so. That's what's happening.
That'd be cool.
Okay, are you ready to pick a winner?
I want to pick a winner.
I want to pick a winner. There's a lot in here, so they're gonna fall out. Here I come.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Oh, thank
I'm gonna
you.
hand it to you because you're kind of hard.
Okay. Oh, this is a lot of them.
Yeah,
Gosh.
you're gonna I need a bigger hat. Oh,
Wow. Okay, we're losing it.
good job.
Well, only one can be a winner. Ooh, I got one from the very middle towards the bottom.
Okay.
I'll give you the
We're gonna
hat.
pull them apart.
Oh, there's more than one. Oh. Which one wins?
Oh
Which
my
one
gosh!
wins?
Yeah, okay. No, it's. Oh, Barbara, cool, man.
Oh, hey, Barbara. Congratulations. Bob, you want to tell Barbara what she's won?
All right. Well, Barbara knows the drill. She should play the lottery. But you know the drill. Tell me a medium print that you're digging, and I will send it to you. And hopefully the post office will not destroy it in the process, because we've been down this road. So
I've never seen Bob so angry.
happy trees, happy trees, happy trees.
You need to paint, Bob. You need to get your own paints.
All right. So congrats, Barbara. Tell me what you're digging. I'll send it to you if we don't see anytime soon. But I'll mail it to you. Medium print, and that's pretty much it. So next week, we will know the votes from the competition, and it'll be that John lost. And next week, somebody will be eating a hot burger, probably without the bun, and while describing art for the other person to then draw. I will say that there is a bit of a twist here. So whoever is crying while eating and describing puts the other person at a disadvantage because they aren't being described the scene very well.
That's true.
So, I mean, this could backfire on me.
This is true. Well, I mean, we could mix it up. If you feel that that's too much of a problem,
Oh no!
we
no,
can
no,
both
no,
eat
no,
the
no.
burger. That way it's even.
No.
I mean, that way it's just
Nope.
even. Just
No. I've done my time. I've probably got some sort of weird rash going on, people. This is ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, well, Nancy says can't wait to see John sweat.
Everybody's so sure I'm. Well, I guess I know I've lost.
Fred says I love habanero. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, habanero's hot. I mean, I like it too.
But do you love it?
I don't know. I don't even believe in ghosts. That's what I'll just tell myself. I don't believe in ghosts. I'm not afraid of no ghosts.
I'm not afraid of no ghosts. All right, people. Well, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. This is a blast. We look forward to every Tuesday. Try to find wacky scenarios to get ourselves in, and be sure to like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And tune in next week if you want to watch John cry.
Yeah. And we'll see you in 15 seconds. But until then, I'll say thanks to all of our Patreon supporters and here. They
Oh
are.
yeah. And I do want to say there's a lot more footage of the entire scenario on Patreon. We're going to throw that up on Patreon. So if you want behind the scenes or some just ridiculous interactions, it's going to be on Patreon. So thanks again to everybody. It was a blast.
And then I say, Jacqi, you are a good sport. Your brother.
Dude, and I look good in a beard.
Have a great week, guys. Bye.